Hey folks. So welcome back to my podcast. And the name of the podcast is called Black Wealth 101. The name of the podcast is called Black Wealth 101. I'm also recording a YouTube video. So welcome back, guys. And if you're not following me on Instagram at Coach Tanisha Marie, on TikTok at Coach Tanisha Marie, and on YouTube at Coach Tanisha Marie. So I am going to be doing a weekly podcast from my car, and I'm just going to be giving you guys some tips that's going to help you, get ahead and to pay attention to certain things that are happening in the world. But money is a thing, right? Money is a thing that we did not learn how to use, how to understand, how to keep, how to multiply. So a lot of people struggle. They say that 40% of Americans don't even have $400 for an emergency. So I just want to give you guys some foundational things about money. With money, we have to understand where money comes from. Money comes from the mint, right? Money is made at the mints from the federal government, right? And when this money is printed, it has no value until it's actually bartered or spent for something, right? So if you buy something, this is when, it actually has the value. Now, when we go to work, we actually work for money, right? But the true thing is we're really working for digits, right? Because most people get direct deposit into their bank account, and all the bills come right out. So we really are working for digits. And how money works is it's value for value, right? You're trading your valuable time at your job so that your job can give you a paycheck. If I'm selling a course, someone's giving me their hard-earned money for my knowledge. If I'm buying a phone, you're giving your hard-earned money to have a device to be able to communicate, with people. So really money is value for value, right? And, back in the day, 400 or 500 years ago, we were bartering, right? Eggs for milk, or milk for cheese, and that was money, right? Being that now, the elites, the JP Morgans and things of that nature, now they created a monetary system where now they literally got filthy rich, okay? It's called the fractional reserve system, where you put you put $1,000 in the bank, and they literally could take $900 out and lend it out, and you only got 100 in the bank, and they in the hopes that the depositor does not go and want to take out all of your money. Imagine if everybody went to the bank right now today and tried to withdraw all their money. The bank would not have the money. This is what happened in Venezuela, where everybody went to go take out the money, and the banks were closed, and then they told people they didn't have their money. So really the bank is like the biggest scam, but we don't think about that as a scam because we've been using it, our whole life, right? So the thing about it, when you have so much of something, it becomes worthless, right? So think about it. If you got so many sneakers, like you're not excited about your sneakers anymore. Think about it when you have so many pocketbooks. Think about it when you have so much belts, like whatever it is in abundance, right? There's no more real value, to it. Like food is in abundance in America, right? So there's no real value, behind, I gotta go get this food, like rushing to go get food, right? Because it's in abundance. So the same thing with money. The government prints billions of dollars a month, right? Billions of dollars a month they're printing. So really the value of the dollar continues to dwindle down. And unfortunately, as you continue to work for the money, you're literally working for a decrease. You're working for a decrease in your salary, right? Because inflation, right? Inflation grows 3 to 5% every single year. Every single year, year after year, year on year, okay? Inflation grows. And if your paycheck, your salary is not going up at least 6 to 12% a year, you are literally giving yourself a pay cut every single year. So people don't realize that, because it's like, okay, I'm still working, I still get the same amount, and I'm still paying bills, right? But everything is going up. So milk is higher now, gas is higher now, bread is higher now, rent is higher now, everything's higher now. Just to get your nails done is higher now. Just to get a haircut is like $30. It used to be $15, right? So your buying power begins to decrease. So you're working harder for less money. And this is what's actually killing people, right? Because people are seeing that I'm working more hours, I'm doing overtime, I'm making more money, but I don't have any more money, you know? And then people start to question, like, what am I really doing? Like, what's really going on here? Like, how don't I have money? I make 6 figures. I make $150,000 at the job, you know, and I'm bringing home, you know, $150,000. I'm bringing home, you know, whatever after taxes, and I'm doing overtime, and I'm making an extra, you know, 20 grand, but I'm not seeing the 20 grand. Where's the 20 grand going? Oh, the 20 grand's going to inflation, right? And then unfortunately, even if you're making multiple 6 figures, you still can't get ahead, because now your lifestyle is up too. So the more money people make, they like to make their lifestyle match their money, right? Instead of living below their means, right? This is the things that we didn't learn in school. Right? So right now, people are working in 2022. People are working harder just to get a pay decrease, right? Not to get a pay raise. Even if you get a quarter raise, a dollar raise, a 1% raise, a 2% raise, you still are getting a decrease, right? You still are getting a decrease in pay, right? Because if inflation is 3 to 5% or 3 to 6% every year, that means you're losing 3 to 5% or 3 to 6% on your money every single year. So if you work at a job for 10 years, you're losing 6% every year. Guess what? You done lost 60% of your money. It doesn't matter if you get a raise, because your raise has to be 10, 20%. And if you don't get a 10 to 20% raise, it becomes hard, right, for people to win in this world, right? So once we understand money and how money is decreasing every day, the value of it, we have to find things that we can put our money in that will grow our money 10, 20, and 30%, right? It's very critical. So if you got 40 grand in the bank, 80 grand in the bank, 10 grand in the bank, you ain't doing nothing, because your money's losing its value and its buying power, right? This is why, you know, the stock market has been around forever. All of our money's in the stock market, right? Insurance is in the stock market. Your money in the bank is in the stock market. You're investing in the bank stock, and the bank is just making money. You know, life insurance policies are in the stock market, right? So so stock markets are secure, but of course it goes up and down, and this is where the knowledge and education comes in at. Unfortunately, a lot of people have 401ks, and they think 401ks is going to save them, but your 401k come with fee after fee after fee, and it has about 10 to 15 different fees. So by the time you hit the age to even pull it out or take it out, you literally lost 75% of your money. And unfortunately, if you don't look at your 401k, right, way before it's time to retire, you're going to be in for a rude awakening when it is time to retire, okay? So I want you guys to really start studying money. I want you to study finance. I want you to study investing. If you shop at Walmart, you shop on Amazon, you got an Apple iPhone, right? You buy food at the grocery store. Start investing in these stocks, okay? The stock market is not risky. What's risky is having a job. What's risky is having one income. What's risky is not understanding money. That's risky, right? What's risky is not having multiple streams of income. That's risky, right? Because one income is close to none, right? And if you lose that one, what do you do? So the rule of thumb for building yourself and self-confidence, the rule of thumb, you got to have at least 3 to 6 months of bills in the bank, in the mattress, somewhere, so that if you lose your job, if you lose your house, if you lose your mind, you still have 3 to 6 months to now regroup and get yourself together. I did a webinar like last week, 2 weeks ago, and I asked how many people have at least 10,000 in the bank, right? Or at least 3 to 6 months of bills in the bank, and only one person raised their hand. And that's scary, because that means, so if your job goes away, what are you going to do? If you lose your house, what are you going to do? If you lose your mind, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Right? So the basics of money, guys, is securing yourself. I did a wealth talk today, and I told my girls, I said, securing yourself all the time, having money all the time for emergencies, at least 3 to 6 months of money in the emergency fund, or 3 to 6 months of bills in the bank, right? So that you won't even feel like you're strapped to this job, right? I did a proposal and it said, one of the challenges is that people get jobs out of desperation just because they got to pay bills, and then they end up being stuck at a job they hate. So they end up resenting this job. And then they wish they get fired. They wish they things bad happen to them. They wish that they, get hit by a car. They wish all this bad stuff on themselves, because now they resent this job because they got this job out of desperation. And they really didn't sit down and map out what their future and what they really wanted to do in life, and what type of job did they really want to acquire. So people resent their jobs. They hate their job. They hate their coworkers. They hate their bosses. They are disgruntled at the job. And more people are becoming disgruntled because they're realizing, I'm working harder for less money. But if we were to learn, you need to have at least 3 to 6 months of bills in the bank. Instead of buying a $1,000 Gucci belt, I need to be buying $1,000 worth of stock. Instead of buying, going out to eat every week and spending $200-300, right? I need to be buying $200-300 worth of Amazon stock. Instead of going to happy hour after work every Friday when we get paid, know damn well I'm not happy, and spending another $200, I need to be buying $200 worth of Apple stock, right? See, it takes discipline. That's why wealthy keeps getting wealthy, because they keep passing on these disciplines, and they keep passing on the assets. They keep passing on the knowledge, and then wealth compounds year after year after year, generation after generation after generation after generation. It compounds and it becomes indestructible wealth. That means no matter what happens, that wealthy family will continue to be wealthy. Right? But see, wealth is built generation after generation, century after century, decades after decades. And black people, we are 450 years behind every other culture. It's very sad. It's very sad. You want to do the next class, right? You want to do the next class? I told you to do 2 classes. It's very sad, friends. It's very sad. And this is why I said to start studying money. This is why I said to start understanding money. This is why I said to start engulfing yourself. Don't just scroll on social media every day laughing at funny videos, right? Use the time wisely, right? We have this phone. Our phone is the greatest asset right now in the 21st century. You literally can get everything at your fingertips on the doggone cell phone. It's incredible. In the 1920s, they had to go freaking 20 miles to go get information. Now we got it at our fingertips at any time that we want, and we're further behind now than we were in the 1920s. It's heartbreaking. It's terrible. It doesn't make any sense, right? So the basics, guys, of money is always having money, having emergency fund, right? Always emergencies happening, right? And having at least 3 to 6 months of bills in your savings or in some type of investment or in your checking account if anything were to happen. How many people in the pandemic had to sell their home, right? Because now their family members got sick and they didn't know what to do, and the only money they had was in their home, right? And now you still need somewhere to live. That's the thing about a house. That's the thing about somewhere to live. You still need somewhere to live. You still need somewhere to live. So that was just my tip, guys, for the day to help you understand getting at least $10,000 in your bank account, which could last 3 to 6 months of bills in your bank account, so that you can now have some type of peace of mind, because not having money will kill you. Not having multiple streams of income will kill you. Having one stream of income will kill you. And I am a living testament of that. So guys, make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment. Follow my podcast, Black Wealth 101, on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Download my free ebook at workwithtanisha.com. It's my drop shipping ebook where I teach you how, and I talk about how to drop ship on Amazon. And I'm helping tons of people drop ship on Amazon and get to their first $1,000 working from home. See you guys soon.